Hi, welcome back for another update on the Halvorsen build. It's September, near the end of September. You would have just seen a photo montage, and in that would have been some discussion about a modification we're doing to the bowsprit of the boat. And I want to show you that, so you come up this way. What's going on is we've cut some holes in the paintwork. Mark's been feverishly sorting out what we're going to do. So as it turns out, we were originally looking at putting a bow roller assembly up on top here. It was going to look pretty ugly, to be honest, so we thought we can do better than that. So we've actually gone ahead and we've cut some big holes in the bulwark here. We're going to be all reinforcing and glassing that, and that's going to allow the anchor to come straight through here onto the Gypsy. It's going to give us more surface area of the chain on the Gypsy as well. It's going to sit low, so then we can continue the teak capping right around here and have our nice polished stainless bow rail. It's going to look really, really smart. We'll have some chain plates on here as well, so we don't scratch any of the paintwork. Here we had to cut a couple of holes to get in to reinforce inside. As you can see, all the wood and what have you that's going in there. Thanks, Mark. Yeah, so if you have a look in there, you'll see a lot of the solid wood that Mark's epoxied in to reinforce the hole. And as you can see by the shape of this, it's like some sort of strange trapezoidal sort of shape because it twists as it goes through. So we'll go down later and show you on the other side of this, but basically it looks great from the outside. This is about the shape we're going to get on the inside. It will have a stainless steel flange. It's going to be dressed up, but this is work in progress, so you can see what's going on. So what you're looking at there is the shiny side out and the dull side in. We've taken the wrapping off our varnished teak. So we've got about 24 coats of clear on there, I mentioned in one of the earlier videos. So we've unwrapped it all because we're actually going to be fitting the glass next week. So what we've got to do when Ron comes around to the inside of the wheelhouse here, we've got to prepare the inside frames, or the section of the frame. So that's going to be done in Everger epoxy. So the surfaces that you'll see, I don't know if you can come down, you'll see the inside surfaces here. So all up here, around there. So that's all going to be coated in Everger, which is a 2-pack epoxy. That seals it. It gives very good adhesion of the adhesive to the timber as well. And what we're going to have is we're going to have 12mm toughened glass. It's a Euro green, so it's a clear and a green glass laminated together, which will give us a slight green tint, which is sort of in keeping with the age of the vessel and what would have been done in those days. It'll have a foam backing, so the glass will sit on foam. We backfill that with adhesive, and then on the other side we put another foam as well, and then we finish it off with a bead of adhesive around the edge. So the reason we're doing that is so if I can if you want to go down onto here, so what will happen is from here you'll see the foam will sit down about 5mm down here, and it sits out about another 5mm, then the glass panel sits in there. Then the little depression section here, we backfill that with Sikaflex is a brand, but that a polyurethane adhesive. A couple of reasons we're doing that. Firstly is this will require maintenance down the track, not straight away, but in the years to come. You want to be able to mask along here so you don't sand onto the glass. Now, if we were to put the foam here, you mask onto the foam. When you remove the tape, a lot of times you can tear the foam, and then the foam's going to be almost impossible to replace. Whereas the caulking seam, you can cut that out and replace it to make it look pretty if you need to. So from a maintenance point of view, it's going to be a lot easier to maintain the gloss shine to this and recoat it and not damage the glass. Then on the inside of it, we put another foam, and then our window frames go on. You have seen some of the window frames downstairs at Scotty's workstation, because we've made all the window frames for the inside of the wheelhouse here and also for the galley. The ones in here are going to be a silky oak polished, so they're gloss, because if you have a look here, this is going to be gloss silky oak, this is gloss silky oak, so we'll have a solid silky oak window frame in here, which are going to be all gloss. Around the front here, these are the mullions. These are going to be leather, so they'll be black leather. So there'll be black leather above your head here, black leather down here, and then the same with the boxes here, they'll be in black leather with silky oak vents. Okay, what you're looking at there is the crew cabin bathroom. We haven't done a lot in there yet, other than insulate it, line it, and we've dinelled the bulkheads, but that's where the toilet, shower and the vanity is going to be. Onto this side here, this is the crew cabin hanging locker, which is just about done. You can see the insulation in the back there and also the ducting for the AC. If you come around a little bit further, you'll see the control modules for the AC as well. In there. Then underneath here, which I think should be open, is where the fan unit and everything under there for the air conditioner and the plumbing on the side. So we've done everything so you can get to the panels to do maintenance and service work. Then we've got return air underneath here, so you'll see the hole there. So that's the return air, it sucks it back in, and then the outlets are at the top here. So we've got two in the V-Berth cabin, and you've got another one in the passageway just there. But the exciting bit I wanted to show you was the V-Berths up here. Excuse the noise from the fans, but we've got to have a lot of air flowing around so the staff don't suffocate. What we're doing here, so this will be silky oak in a vertical section. There'll be a goat hide panelling across here like a bolster. We're going to have 160mm foam cushions through here. Then this will be another vertical silky oak, which will be that style again, right? So it'll be dry fitted. Then there's a shelf here. This piece here is our feature silky oak, which we showed you probably in one of the earlier videos. It's the planking. So there's a planking through here. This is the top bunk. This one will have a solid silky oak bolster on it, which is going to be pretty close to this section here. And that will go in on top of there, like that. That's got to be machined yet, of course. But that's pretty much what that's going to be. We're not putting a padding on here because you're going to be climbing on and off all the time, and it's just going to wear out. So the next thing we're looking at is finishing off this section here and the step here, because this is quite a high bed base, mainly because of the flare of the bow. We had to come up high to get the width for the bunks. So we've done that. So we're just sorting out how to finish this off. We're going to cut a bit there for a step, and just in here we've got to finish this off with a shelf. The reason it looks like that is so that cushion there is the same as this cushion here, and that cushion here will be the same as this cushion here, and then all the linen that you get custom made is all going to fit, because I really don't like having 4 different sets of sheets just for one cabin. It doesn't make sense, so that's why we're doing that. Here we are in one of the twin berth cabins in the aft accommodation, and I wanted to show you the shelf that we're going to be putting in. So basically this will be a theme that carries through the whole vessel. Again, like I showed you in the V-Berth cabin up forward, there'll be vertical silky oak here. This is the shelf. We've got a solid round, it's not quite round, it's actually oval. There's a little very slight flat surface on there. Solid with a veneer, and then we'll have our feature clinker silky oak here. And then we've got the eggshell gloss panel that goes above it. Also, since the last video, we've put the silky oak veneer onto the back bulkhead here and finish off the corner moulding. And we've done the same on this side as well. So this all gets painted in situ because it's obviously glued in now, but that gives you an idea of what we're looking at there. Here we are in the galley, and it's looking a little bit nude at the moment, and that's because we've stripped off most of the silky oak that we could, and that's down in the paint shop now getting gloss coated. So as you can see, what happens when it's all gone. You can see all of the substrate and everything now. What we've done, it's all a lined birch. So it's a birch plywood that we use for this. We don't use MDF or chipboard or anything like that, obviously. But yeah, you can see how much of it we can take away. And it's all currently getting glossed. Well, I'm here with Laurel and Hardy in the salon, and I just wanted to show you some of the stuff that they've been doing. This is the AC unit and some of the electrical. So most of what the guys do you don't see, which is why I've allowed him to use black conduit on the bloody electrical cables. But anyway, as long as nobody knows, then it's secret safe with us. What I was thinking of, I know we were looking at putting the hydraulic power unit for the davit down in the engine room, but it's a long way to run. The unit's only tiny, and I still want to look at putting it probably here somewhere. So I'll sort out with Rudy regarding the cabinetry, and if we have to, we can sink it down about 3 or 4 inches anyway, if we don't have enough height below the kicker. Yeah, so Josh is going to come down shortly and we'll run through that because the cable, the hydraulic hoses are all mucky. Oh, speak of the devil. We're just saying about doing the hydraulic unit here. We've got about 4 inches of height in the deck as well, so we can actually sink the thing down lower if we have to. So that's why I was thinking about doing that. Less cable run too. So. Yeah. Up here on the pointy end, I wanted to show you what we were talking about right at the start of the video. So we've cut the holes in the bulwark to extend the hawser pipes through. Again, it's not going to be like this when it's finished. We're just doing up templates and that to get it to work. But ideally what's going to happen is we'll have the anchor come up, that will go into there, and the anchor will sit out probably about there somewhere, something like that. This is the small anchor. We've got the 60 kilos sitting up on the deck. This will all have a stainless flange around it, a roller, etc. The anchor is going to be clear of here, and it's basically going to come out a chute like that, and that'll keep it all nice and clean and away from the hull. But again, as I said, this don't take a lot of notice of this yet because this is just a mock-up that we're doing to be able to template the holes and things. If you want to come around the front here and have a look, and you'll see, so that's all nice and square and horizontal, but on the inside it's on an oblique sort of angle, basically because of all the shapes that you're dealing with. And here you can see the blocks that we've started to install to reinforce the bulwark and add some strength to the big hole that we've cut out. You'll see some of it again, some of it was already there, but a lot of it isn't. So in there you can see the block, they're just sitting in there at the moment, so we're just mocking it all up again. And this will all have at least 5 to 10 millimetres of glass right around it, and then it'll have a stainless steel sleeve that goes inside. So it's going to be really, really solid, watertight, etc., and structurally sound. So just before we head down to the paint booth, I wanted to show you the sort of setup that we do for spraying and doing smaller jobs on the vessel as well. So if you have a look up there, you'll see the big tent. What that is, we actually set that up because we're doing an anti-skid section on the brow. And we treat that as sort of like a touch-up because it's not a full respray of a big section of the boat, it's just a smaller area. You'll see the ducting and the ventilation that we've set up. It's absolutely perfectly clean in there, and then we'll have filters and extraction fans on the other side. We go through about a 3 to 4 step process there with the oil grip system to do their coarse grit on there. Part of the reason is it's such a big section, from an ongoing maintenance and cleaning the vessel, etc. You need to have some anti-skid up there so you don't slide off. We put a margin, I'll show you, once it's done, I'll show you a bit more about it, but I just wanted to point that out while we're standing here. That's the sort of things that you've got to set up when you want to do a job properly. The last segment before we finish for the day, I wanted to bring you down to the paint shop and show you the process that we've been talking about a lot lately, that we go through with what they call polishing of the timber for the finish. So this one here, this is your silky oak veneer, which is all just raw as we make it. The next process, so this here has got an isolator applied to it. So the isolator is the first step in the polishing process to finish with your clear coat. You can see it still has like a porosity and an open grain to it, but this is the first step in sealing the wood. After that, we've got here the big panel. This has got polyester sealer on it that's now been boarded back. That sanding process for a section this size takes about 3 hours. It's very, very time consuming. But that's what you have to go through if you want to get the finish like this. And this is the finished result, which has now got the gloss finish top coat on it. You can see that. So it's all filled. So you've gone effectively from raw timber like that to a filled grain like that, fully glossed and sealed. So there's no, when you look at it, it just looks like a sheet of glass. And that's the finish that we're after for the whole boat. So what I want to do now is say thanks very much for watching. If you like it and you haven't subscribed, then please subscribe, hit the like button and all that sort of new tech stuff, and we'll keep bringing you more videos as we keep progressing on the build.